I'm about to put the plastic tubing, the line and all the fittings to the plastic tubing back together, stick it in back into the boat hull and then tension up the lines. Okay, so all of that will eventually go up in there where that string line is, slide up into the hole just like these other three, and you work on them through the back hatch here. That's all these things here. Okay, and when they're all in and assembled, they will look like this. Your black guide is right at the back of the boat, as you saw them at the back. That tube will be up inside this black sleeve with the string going through the middle of the lot, and at the other end what Hobie originally had was this tiny little O-ring to keep the water out that might run down this line to stop water getting into the hull. I've removed that O-ring and put in this elongated one that I made up out of the 4.5mm fly screen spline rubber. Okay, so that goes up into the tube. Then this black stopper, I suppose you would call it, sits in the very end of the tube to stop this tiny O-ring just being pulled out with the rudder line going back and forwards. So that's how it all goes together, and in a minute I'll set it all up down the back of the hull and we'll start putting it all back together ready to go sailing. Okay, first job is to slide the black guide up the tubing. One end of the tubing is flared a little bit. Okay, it's not much of a flare, just a little bit, but what that does is stops this plastic tubing pulling through the black guide, so it doesn't just land up in the boat and then you've got a big hole in the back because this tube's fallen out inside the boat and let a ton of water in. So you just flare the end of it. I use a small gas axe and just quietly heated it, melted it, heated it, just flared it a little bit, slowly once again. That's interesting, there's something in there that causes it to grip. But just as you start to slide it on, it grips. So I don't know whether there's an O-ring in there or it's just turned very minutely thinner for a snug fit. But whatever they've done, it doesn't matter. You just give it a push and a wriggle and on it goes. Right, so now we slide this all the way up the tube, but you've got to make sure the flared end of the black plastic thingy is at the back. Alright, so we just slide that all the way up the tube like that, and with the flared plastic end on the white tube, it cannot pull through. Now we go to the back of the boat and feed this in through the back of the boat and push him home snug. Okay, we're now down the back of the boat. This is my rudder line that disappears into the hull and down to the handles. The first job is to thread the stopper, the little black stopper thing, and the seal onto the spectral line. Okay, make sure you've got the stopper around the right way and the seal is in front of the stopper. That's your first job. The next job is to put the plastic tube up into the hole and push it home, like that. Okay, once you've got the plastic tube in, find it in the hole and bring it out like that. Make sure it's in a straight line and not tangled around something else. And also, while you're fooling with this spectra line, make sure you don't get it tangled or twisted around anything else inside the hole here. Make sure it's all running correctly through down the hole. Right, now what we do is we feed the spectra line up the tube. So, we pop out the back of the boat a little bit. What's pulling out the back of the boat before you pull it too tight? You feed the seal that you prepared earlier into the tube, like that. It's a good push fit. Then you follow up with the black plastic stopper bit, like that. Then you drop the whole lot back into the hole like that. Pull your excess cord tight, and that's that bit done.